never lose touch with why you got into this. I'll say it again, never lose touch with why you got into this. There's this weird phenomenon that's happening nowadays in the self-help world where people get into this to enhance themselves or to enhance a certain area of their life. And instead of using this self-help content and this self-help community to do that, they get sucked into the self-help social media vortex, if you will, and end up way worse off than they were before. They turn into self-help zombies, where they discover this world. Whoa, all these people, all these videos, all this information, all this knowledge, that is amazing. And instead of consuming some knowledge and taking action on it and seeing real results, they just hook themselves up to the self-help matrix, if you will, and never unplug. And the behind the scenes of most people, this is the result they get, is they spend hours and hours every single day, all their free time, if you will, just watching video after video after video. Instagram, more stories, more posts, more videos. Facebook, same thing. And then, of course, there's the occasional break for porn. Okay, that's the reality of the behind the scenes. It's, I go to my day job, I get through the routine, I get home, and self-help, 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 porn, 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 self-help, self-help, porn, 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 more self-help. And you got to ask yourself, is that really why you got into this? Is that the result that motivated you to get into this? Is this really how you saw your life turn out and you saw yourself turn out, a self-help zombie? The answer is most likely no. So you need to wake up, get back in touch with why you got into this, what you really wanted getting into this, what drove you to this to begin with. And to help you with this, I'm going to reveal to you here these 7 self-help rules. If you don't follow these, no matter who you are, chances are you will end up another one of these self-help zombies. Just give me my self-help, more self-help, porn, self-help, self-help, porn. Wake up. So rule number 1, the content is not the result. The result is what happens when you take action on that content. Okay, content alone isn't enough. Content alone is just content. And you gotta be delusional and naive and gullible to believe that if you just consume more content, eventually you'll reach that point where the results will just manifest itself in your life. It's not going to. Okay, you need content plus action, and you can audit your life here, right? Audit your journey in the self-help world. How many months, how many years have you been working on yourself? And look at your life, where you started, where you are now, the real world, and then look at how much content you've collected, what you know. And a lot of cases, people know so much and they've grown so much in terms of what they know, right? They know the self-help industry in and out. They know all the concepts, all the ideas. Yet if you look at their life, don't fall into what I call the knowledge collector trap, where you're consuming all these videos, all these courses, all these programs, even a video like this. And instead of thinking, well, how am I going to apply this to my life? Where am I going to take action on this? You're sitting there and just give me the new collectibles. Oh, the 7 rules of self-help, perfect for my collection. Yes, oh, more rules of self-help, more videos there. Oh, great. Just collecting all these ideas and not taking action on them. Okay, that is not self-help. That is not you enhancing yourself or your life. That is simply you going down this content vortex, getting sucked into it, and ultimately just knowing a lot of things that don't serve you. If you don't take action on them, they don't serve you. It's like watching a TV show. Self-help has become the new Netflix, where you can feel better about not taking action. So once more, the content is not the result. You're not in this to learn a bunch of content. You're here to learn the right content, to take action on it, and get real life results. Rule number 2, solving over learning. Okay, you're not here to learn about your problems, you're here to solve them. Right? And guess what? You don't have to learn everything about your problem to solve it. You just have to learn enough. And people believe that, right? I must learn everything about it, and I'm going to venture down this learning route, and I believe that once I really learn everything about my problem, it'll solve itself. And guess what? How delusional are you? In no world, no reality is that going to happen. Okay? All that's going to happen is you'll know everything there is to know about your problem, but the problem will still be there. Okay, you'll see people like this. They'll tell you everything, the whole history of their issue, right? This originated in my childhood. They could write a whole novel about their issue. And then this happened, and that led me to believe this, and this led to procrastination. And did you know with procrastination, this happens and that happens? The whole novel. Yet, they still, for example, procrastinate. Okay, you can tell me a lot about procrastination, but you didn't solve it, did you? You simply learned about it. So audit your life right here. Are you learning about your problem or are you solving it? And based upon the information you have so far, can you take action on it to solve it or at least solve some of it? Because learning will just lead to learning. It will not necessarily lead to solving. And this leads right into rule number 3, limit your intake. Okay, what does this mean? Simply limit the amount of time that you allow yourself to consume all of this content. Okay, if you audit your days and you're actually spending hours every single day watching YouTube, watching Instagram, Facebook, going through courses even, then that's not right. Okay, the content has become your life. Limit your intake. Cut it down to, say, 30 minutes a day. And just see what happens. 30 minutes a day. If you want to push it, okay, an hour a day. That's it. That's your cap. Now, guess what's going to happen now? You're probably thinking, well, what am I going to do with the other hours in the day, the rest of that time? Take action on the content. Now you just freed up some time to actually get some results. And not just that, but because your time is now limited, okay, you've limited your intake, this will also force you to prioritize and be very selective in terms of what type of content you will allow yourself to consume. Instead of, well, I have 4 to 5 hours. Let's just see what good old YouTube recommends and let's go down the YouTube rabbit hole. You don't have the luxury of that anymore. Okay, I only have 30 minutes. Well, what exactly do I want to consume during those 30 minutes? Not anything and everything, not stuff that just looks interesting, like, oh, that looks interesting, let me click on that. Well, I got to prioritize here. What's the one thing, the most important thing that if I consume it now, I can take action on it and get results? Rule number 4, make it about you. Okay, this is about you, your life, your results. It's not about who you're watching. It's not about me, right? If you're watching this video, it's not about seeing me and being like, oh, look at Julian, he's in the forest, right? That's great. Let me watch the adventure unfold and trying to live virtually through me. No. Okay? And it's not about anyone else you're going to watch on YouTube. And people do that. They try to virtually live through who they watch. And then they start idolizing who they watch. And then it becomes this whole self-help TV show where there's all these characters, you know, those are my favorite self-help people and those are the self-help people I don't really like. And oh, there's a beef and oh, there's some rumors, some gossip, some tea. Yes, let me get into that. What are you doing? Right? If you want some crazy soap opera, watch a highly produced movie. Don't get into the self-help world for that. Bring it back to you. And you can audit once more, how much time do you spend thinking about other people? People who you watch, their lives, what they're doing, scrolling through Instagram stories. Oh, they're doing that today. Oh, they're doing that today. Versus, what am I doing today? Right? Am I just going to sit here and scroll all day? What about me? How am I going to apply this content to my life? Okay, ROI thinking, return on investment. This isn't about watching me. You're the hero. I'm not the hero. You're the hero. No one else is the hero. You are. So make it about you, your life, your results. Always bring it back to that. And building on this, rule number 5, what's productive for one person isn't necessarily productive for another. Okay, just because something seems productive doesn't mean that it's necessarily productive for you. What determines if it is productive? Your end goal. Okay, and this is why it's so important to bring it back to you and bring it back to why you got into this. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? That's your compass. It's not, let me just look for productive things to consume and to add to my day, even productive habits. It really depends on where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. Okay, I compare this to if you venture into a supplement store, or if you're in a grocery store, there's the supplement vitamin aisle. Right? If you go in there, and you can try this, pick up any supplement, any vitamin, and just look at the benefits. And what you will see is there's not a single one where you're going to be like, that's not for me. All of them, you're going to think, well, I could use that. Oh, reduces inflammation. I could use that. Reduces stress. I could use that. Helps you relax. I could use that. Antioxidants. I could use that. Like, no matter what you pick, you could use it. But guess what? If you do that, what's going to happen? You're just going to consume all the vitamins and that'll happen. Okay, so don't do that with self-help. Don't make this the vitamin aisle of self-help. I could use that video, I could use that idea, I could use that concept and just drown in self-help. No, okay, bring it back to where you want to go, to your win. That's your compass. Okay, the right way to go about, say, vitamins and supplements is do a blood test, and based upon the results, it'll tell you where you're deficient, and that's your compass. Oh, I'm deficient in vitamin D, great, I'm gonna buy vitamin D. That's what determines what is healthy for you. The same here. What's my goal? What are the most important things I need to learn to get there, to that destination? And I will consume that. That's productive. Anything else isn't productive. Don't just model other people. Bring it back to your win, your goal. That is your compass. Rule number 6, welcome challenging content. Okay, welcome content that challenges your current beliefs, your current ideas, what you know, and your current way of doing things. Unfortunately, what happens for most people is they just consume content that makes them feel good because it reinforces what they already know. Oh, this is aligned with what I currently believe, great, right? Within my model of the world, my model of reality, what is aligned? Oh, this challenges it? Nope, and they just block it off. They have blind spots to challenging content, and guess what? If all you consume is content that reinforces what you already know, you're just reinforcing your comfort zone. Nothing's going to change. The goal of so much content and ideas is to challenge that, to disrupt it, to break it. Break this filter, break the comfort zone, shatter it completely. Be careful not to get trapped in a virtual echo chamber. Social media algorithm will actually create this echo chamber for you. It's going to analyze what you like and feed you more of it. Oh, this is what the person clicks on, more of that, more of an echo chamber, and let's just trap them in that little echo chamber, that little yes person chamber. Okay, so you're gonna have to proactively go out of your way. Always remain open. Okay, and welcome those challenging ideas. More often than not, ideas that challenge you the most are ideas that change your life in the most beneficial ways, in ways you honestly cannot imagine. And lastly, rule number 7, beware of the algorithm. Okay, what does this mean? It means that most of the content that you find on social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, isn't necessarily made for you, the viewer. It is made for the algorithm. Okay, most creators don't think, what's some content that will help the person watching? When creating a piece of social media content, they're thinking, what will rank? What will the algorithm like? And this plays into clickbait, right? I'm going to make something that just gets a lot of clicks. It's not necessarily to help you, it's to get a lot of clicks so that the social media algorithm sees that and pumps it out to more people. Okay, this also means trying to rank for certain keywords. Okay, there are certain keywords that people type in more than others, and you can look that up. There's an app called vidIQ, for example, and you'll see, oh, this keyword is doing pretty well. Let me make a piece of content about that. Okay, so it's not about you, the viewer, anymore, about helping you. It's that'll rank, and if it ranks and a lot of people are searching that, then a lot of people will follow my video, and if I even add some clickbait, then the algorithm will pump it even more and I'll get more views. Right? That is the drive behind most creators on social media. They have to play into the algorithm. Okay, and guess what? I play into the algorithm too, to a certain extent. Okay, I might add some clickbait at the front, something catchy, and then on the back end, I pile in as much value as I can, but realistically, it also doesn't make sense for a creator to go against the algorithm, because then what are you doing here on social media? Okay, the important thing here is to see it for what it is. Most of the content on social media is made for the algorithm, so what do? Let me find content that's off platform. That's the key. Find content where there is no algorithm. There's nothing to play into. That is where you find the true gold. If you're hoping to find it on social media, chances are you won't, because it's all for the algorithm. It isn't for you. Okay, some creators even go as far as to fluff a lot in their video just to get more watch time, because if they keep you there watching their video for a longer period of time, the social media algorithm likes that and pumps it out more. And some people will just make as many videos as they can trying to placate to the algorithm and just fill those videos with fluff. They'll even make the same topic again and again. Okay, here's an example. 3 things that'll boost your confidence. Great, let me watch that. Next video, 3 things that'll hurt your confidence. It's the exact same content. Okay, so if you're just consuming social media content, not good. Try to find content where there is no algorithm off platform, okay? Beware of the algorithm. That is rule number 7. Follow these if you want to win. If not, enjoy losing. Enjoy seeing your life turn into more and more spectatorism and just you spending more and more hours of your day watching self-help and watching porn. Self-help, porn. Is that what you want? Until next time.